shining. We hear the music. Now let's see if focus are going to focus. No focus, no. Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We'll leave it like that. All right, so we are back from where we've left off. We ended up on nuke and we're starting on nuke, so it's a symmetry.
And it feels like all roads lead to
Nuke.
nuke. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have another Danish team. So many Danish teams and Danish player in this tournament. And also there are notable names, for example, Icebergs, who played for Sashi and Tricked. And you also have Salazar, who played for Tricked and Ecstatic as well. This one is going to be interesting, that's a given.
Yeah, Echo, I was telling the chat earlier, and I want to take the point again. They were the X-strict lineup, so it means that there's a lot of expectations from them here, and they are also playing with a pressure because currently they are not supported by any organization. So it means that they're actively searching, and you already know that when this off-season hits, there's gonna be many changes. Maybe some players are gonna find a new home. Maybe some players will go with their full lineup to a new organization because we've seen this happen before. So Echo, as good as they perform, as bigger the chances get for them to get into an organization, to have support once again. We see the VRS forecast for Echo. It would be just 2 positions up in the rankings. As for FOKUS, it would be 6, but I think that was reversed, so it could be 2 for FOKUS and 6 for Echo. Don't know what to say about it, but it's
the layout, it was good. It was just I mean, the information it was accurate. It was just the layout.
Yeah, the teams were reversed.
Yeah.
So instead, this game is going to mean more for Echo than for FOKUS. But of course, you're trying to fight for the late stages of the tournament, where you know that you're gonna play bigger teams, and you know that you're gonna have some harder games that will also mean more benefits in the VRS ranking.
Oh, are we going to see a sick transition? Ah, production team, you're out playing yourself each time. Already in round number 3. Now this is where the things start going. Echo finally having the opportunity to get their chances, to get their hands on weapons, and Salazar is going to break the curse, and it's making his first kill on a ZTR. Bowie will follow into his footsteps and will get Banjo as well. Wow, this is such a scary position here. Matheus had the right play in mind, but the execution pulled down a little bit. 2 against 5. Yeah, not much that he could do. Maybe Volt and Jorko will just go for a save here. Full team, full HP. Echo. It's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah, something I can see differently from the previous nukes we've had, especially the one earlier between AM and Eternal Fire, is that everything is more aggressive. Like, this round started off pretty quickly. I didn't even get time to blink, and we've seen 2 or 3 kills, so it's a lot different. And the first 2 rounds were basically the same. The pistols were so fast, and then the anti-eco was fast as well. So I expect to have a lot of interesting bullets, a lot of interesting angles as well, and some unexpected plays. Maybe we could even talk about clutches, because I feel like we've seen everything. We've seen knife attempts, we've seen almost everything literally, but we did not see that many clutches.
Yeah, that's well said. All right, once again, FOKUS will be given the chance for going full buy. Echo already cutting up from the beginning the momentum that FOKUS tried to build. And you have for Matheus, if he's going to, I think those were for assists. I have a goldfish memory. It was so quickly. Anyways, you can also check that to Superbet based on your bets, and what odds you will have. Iceberg with a beautiful pick here on Jarko outside. No casualty, no scratch, nothing at all. Successfully managed to secure a secret. But the rest of his team, it's still outside. No heavy armor available for FOKUS. One defuse kit. Still have some resources, but it's not going to be an easy task. And there it is. This is the follow-up. Iceberg just cleared the site, and now everyone is walking on red carpet, just like on Boulevard. Last 30 seconds are going to be full of action, as so far nothing has happened yet. ZTR dies as well, gives info, but it's going to be in vain, as Echo will be getting a second round as well. Now we have a tied up score, 2-2 already.
All right, and I see Iceberg screaming, so it means he's feeling it. He's motivated, and usually you don't see Danish teams being so active in screaming to their opponents. They're not really trash talkers, but it looks like Iceberg came here with a mission, and he wants to try and play with FOKUS's mentality. We'll see if that works out or not. Now it's a full eco, so certainly Echo will have no problems at winning this one. But after that, there will be weapons again, so there could be consequences for everything that Echo has done in the previous rounds.
It's interesting to see here, right? I mean, FOKUS in the end, in the first half, they still need to have the upper advantage here. Do you understand this was Echo's map pick? But we already seen how heavy city-sided nuke is. So you want to use that as your advantage to build some momentum.
Totally. How is this coming to a 2v2 though? I think that would be a good question.
I mean, I thought that Echo was going to get this one without any casualty. And if you look on the score table, Iceberg got a double kill, so Salazar and Leaks could have just take one kill or do some damage or even stay alive. But in the end, Volt, Banjo, and Jorko said, not on my watch, boys. Oh,
What a
that
great
ball is going
molly.
to force Bowie to move away. Now it's Banjo against Nikki P.
The problem is the time though.
Yeah, but he can still use it as a leverage. Maybe he can find a drop defuse kit, but that's not going to be the case. And I think if we go back a little bit, I have to double check if these guys had a defuse kit.
No, they certainly
no
didn't.
defuse kit. Yeah, so there it is. There was some extra pressure. How do I imagine how good of a round for FOKUS would have been there? Good try though. It all came down to the last kill. So Echo,
Anyways,
yeah, Echo have a worthy opponent.
yeah, it was almost an impeccable round based on the fact that I think there was not even a single pistol upgrade. They had mostly USPs and everything. So now when they have the weapons, look at them flying over whatever Echo are trying to force here into outside. 2 kills coming from Boy, who's now down to 9 HP, but he's gonna create a way for Salazar to get into the side. ZTR with a trade, at least planting the bomb would be something for Echo in this round, but everything changed so fast, and FOKUS with the last round with that eco surprised everyone. Perfect shot from Salazar. Could he have a shot at a 1v2? Certainly. Looking at Volt HP makes it even more believable, but he needs to keep his mind. He needs to stay put. He's already down to the side, but of course there's gonna be a challenge for him waiting right in front of that door. Matios opens it, and surprise, you're going to be eliminated. 3-3. FOKUS totally deserving this, and after Echo started to frag out, I thought that they're going to take the control for a while, but again, that eco from Echo just setting them up for greatness.
Yeah, speaking of greatness, we have a great set over here already, having both players from these teams on top. Jorko will be the upper, Salazar will be the one representing Echo, and Iceberg will be already spotted in the kill feed. Mateos will try to fish for a kill here, but it's going to walk away empty-handed. Already 2 people have been lost in the process. Trying
Truly.
to cover that up, but...
Leaks. Good
Okay.
one.
Could build some momentum. However, with low HP, one tap would be his best friend here.
And also not the greatest positions for Echo, because they're going to secret, but certainly someone's waiting for them down there, and I think it's actually Volt, our Romanian. Previously we've had a fight between Romanians here in DraculaN, and unfortunately for our country, well, Regalia has been eliminated, while 7kick will keep on performing with AM in the lower bracket of Group A. Meanwhile, Volt has been looking solid. I think he's the most consistent out of the 3, and now let's see what he can do. He's gonna take one before being taken out by Salazar, who's now looking for more, but he's gonna come back as Yorko will avoid going the same direction as Salazar. Banjo blocked away by the molly, and I think this retake should be an easy one. They just have to somehow fake that AWP of Leaks, because it could be dangerous, but at the same time it couldn't kill 3 players at once. So just FOKUS need to wait. They have to defuse kit, so no pressure for the time being. Now Banjo's gonna be the one responsible for a kill, and Salazar's the last one standing. He can't hit those bullets, and he's not gonna be given all the chances in the world. ZTR takes it to the next round, as FOKUS will regain their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, there was not much for Salazar that he could have done there. And the fact that he refired gave away the position. And fortunately for him, that was not enough. At least he got some extra money, right, from what he was trying to defend, which was the bomb. But now, look at the economy. That's a heavy hit, and suddenly FOKUS have once again taken the lead.
They also have the chance to double it now, as you can see that Echo's buy is not really the greatest, but if we've just seen a perfect, almost perfect round of pistols from Echo, why wouldn't we see one from FOKUS? Sorry, why wouldn't we see one from FOKUS as well? Perfect kill from Yorko to keep Volt alive. Now a team kill. Salazar did not really aim perfectly, and Iceberg was the victim of his own teammate.
Yeah, maybe, you know, was a hallucination or just reflexes.
Never know. Players are tired, you know, you're playing too much Counter-Strike sometimes.
True. In a best of 3, it's not a game of momentum, it's a game of marathon. So in the end, it doesn't matter if you did a few rounds and you are a round star. Why he's screaming? Do you think he says "Booyah"? Or what do you think he's screaming?
Possible. I mean,
He's so
it
happy.
was, yeah, it was clear that if FOKUS heard Edge was starting to scream and to you know, try to demotivate their opponents, FOKUS were ready to do the same thing. And let's not forget that among those players there are some Balkans, and there's no one better than the Balkans at trash talking, if you ask me. I mean, you have Volt coming from our beautiful Romania, and you also have Yorko from Bulgaria, and I think Matthias is from Croatia. So you have 3 of them. ZTR and Banjo come from the north, so they are chill guys. But I think they feel the temperature outside.
Ready. Round number 9. Once again, you have a chance with the given weapons to change the course. 5-3, it's still not a bad score, especially for playing on the T side. We've been seeing for previous maps, right, between Identified and M Gaming, a way more one-sided nuke This one, I would say it's pretty equally played. And Echo did their homeworks. Perhaps this is the reason that they chose Nuke. And speaking of choosing, Jorko will eliminate Iceberg. It was his choice for this round, making it first blood.
Second one.
They're there, yeah. So far, FOKUS have player advantage over Echo.
And they're still gonna try to find a way of planting the bomb, and they will. I mean, now that Salazar let the bomb down, I'm curious about how they will defend the side, because opening that door was not the greatest idea. Matheus will take care of that first kill. Now Leaks goes down as well, and Salazar is trying to clutch it out all by himself. He saw another player. He's waiting for the ramp one to step out, but he won't do it. The EWP misses.
Whoa.
A third kill for Salazar. He's looking for the ace, and he might find it. Just one more kill, 40 HP for Banjo, and he's gonna do it. That was an ace clutch, and he didn't even react to that. Iceberg is screaming,
No
though.
reaction.
Iceberg was heard by the whole Bucharest. Close your windows, because Iceberg's gonna scream today, because he's feeling this game, and Salazar just helped him. But once again, that was an ace, and we shouldn't let that walk past the radar. We should keep this in mind, because look at Salazar right now. 9 kills, but 5 of them made in the same round. He just doubled his kills.
Honestly, after what just happened, if I were FOKUS, I would have immediately went into tactical timeout. Like, that should have not been lost, especially not in this environment, especially when there are so many picks down the line. The stakes are so high. Salazar being just like a diamond, transforming under pressure, and look at that. Suddenly the economy took a shift, and Echo keep getting round after round. This is the second one in a row.
And now that Yorko's trying to save, we can talk about something else. I remember just a few minutes ago, it's not even 20 minutes ago, I said that we've seen many things. We've seen defuses, we've seen patient rounds, we've seen pushes, but we didn't really get that many clutches. And well, I think we got our clutch. I think we got something to be happy about now. And where else could have that clutch occur if not right here on Nuke, the home of DraculaN, the main sponsor?
We can just agree that Nuke was the map of highlights.
Yeah.
Nuke and Overpass. On Overpass, there were a couple of highlights, honestly, but it's not bad, and it's actually really nice to see some clutches here happening. If Nuke would give me more clutches, then maybe I would not hate it that much. Let's put it this way.
Fair point. Fair point, honestly. There goes the tactical. I think that was enough time for all the players to discuss, for Echo to calm a bit down, because they've equalized, and now they want to take the advantage. I think being on Nuke, we should never forget that the first half should never be this close. I mean, you have FOKUS on the city side. They should have done more here, because seeing how good Echo are doing on the T side, that might be a big trouble for FOKUS in the second half, because they'd have to push, and it just feels like they will hit straight into a break wall risen by Echo.
So far, if we wouldn't have all the Counter-Strike knowledge, you'd have said that Drummer to have the score. I mean, Echo is looking really dominant, even though in the beginning they lost some rounds. Speaking of losing, some people were taking out in this process, but I think the echoes of Salazar's clutch are still, you know, there still can be heard in the roster of the Echoes roster. They're playing much more confidently now, even though they're getting some picks, even though probably this round is now looking that great for them. they know they can do it. They have the momentum, they have the confidence up, the spirits are high up. Now it's up for FOKUS to, well, live up by their name and prove to us that they can steal the map pick from Echo.
And also, we shouldn't pretend that 5 rounds on the T side are not that much. They are. It's gonna mean a lot for Echo that they managed to win 5 rounds here. And if they do something special on the pistols, well, I do see them ending up this map pretty well. Leaks the only one standing now after his teammate was eliminated, and good round from FOKUS, even though they were on the verge of losing all of their money and going bankrupt before the end of the half. Well, they will make something out of it, and this reaction was good. It came a bit late, but they take the advantage again, and the most they can do now is at least win the half, at least get that 2-round advantage. I think that would save their case a little bit.
This is it. Last round of the first half. Everyone being fully equipped. Well, everyone from FOKUS on Echo will find Iceberg, Booyah, and Nikki P. Just some pistols, but let's not count the pistols out, right? And just click heads, take the weapon, there it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's easier said than done. Looks like we're already pushing towards Secret, and on B, one waiting there. I believe it's a Vault with Up, and it's a double up. Now I've just observed it's a double up setup from FOKUS. Gold and Jericho will be the owners of those weapons.
Everything is so quiet all of a sudden. Nobody's doing anything to impact the game, but instead Echo have some good positions, and in case FOKUS would decide to rotate, well, they wouldn't be able to. Banjo is going to open the battlefield, and there's one from ZTR as well. I think he got scared. His face said a lot of things. He made his eyes big. Now ZTR is gonna take another. Yeah, his heart is beating as hard as possible right now, but at least he's helping his team, and even with that little scare he's got, he is going to leave Salazar alone. A 1v5, did we see this before? Are we living a deja vu?
Yeah, I think so, but oh no, Salazar gets caught walking with a knife in his hand. He brought a knife into a gunfight.
Yeah, it would have been crazy, and I think too crazy actually to see 2 of these clutches.
Yeah, but you know, if it's your normal Face-It game, sure. But these guys are no regulars, so FOKUS. If it worked once, don't be surprised that second time it's not gonna work.
Yeah, good half, honestly. I mean, everything was looking really good from a viewer's perspective. Now, I can't really point out any sort of mistakes that neither of the sides have done. Certainly, not everything was right. I mean, for FOKUS, you can tell them that it's not normal to lose a 1v5, but at the same time, they recovered. They won the half. Maybe they gave Echo a bit too much. I mean, 5 rounds, it's really good, but at the same time, is not over them, so it's looking good. So I would say that it all depends on the pistol round. If FOKUS manage to win it, they're going to take a big distance on the scoreboard, but if Echo wins it, they're back in it, and again they have the advantage of the city side, which they can use more than FOKUS have done.
Now we can expect for the direction of this game to be dictated or somehow shaped based on the pistol round and the second round coming after. Let's see how much Eco can basically take advantage of the CT side, because 75 is not bad at all, I'll be honest with you. And considering that this is their map pick, we can expect some strats, anti-strats, and much more to come. All of this will be after this short half-time break. Let's see on the chat. Based on the prediction, if I'm not mistaken, I think the favorite one, if I can see the history, I believe it was He was focused the favorite one. But oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I'm not familiar with this. I cannot see the history of what was voted. Oh, there it is. We have some stats. Salazar being the only one with a double-digit kill at the moment.
Greco, as on the other side, there are Matheus and Yorko, I think. The Balkan duo. Yeah, I mean, certainly Matheus has been grinding Counter Strike. I know him even since his Copenhagen Wolves days. In case anybody in the chat watched Copenhagen Wolves for Matheus, well, I know him since then. And also, I had big expectations from Yorko. I know he's been grinding and he's also pretty young. I don't know exactly what his age is, but I know that he's one of the
I can
youngest
confirm it
players.
that to you. He's only 17 years old,
Oh,
and he's been playing to Mouse NXT and CPH Wolves. So already doing moves by such a young age.
yo, so Matthias and Yorko could also be considered a duo because they've been in Copenhagen Wolves together. I think they got some games together. But yeah, we'll see how the duo blends into the team now as round number 13 begins. I was talking about the Pistols. Iceberg and Banjo will both sacrifice their armors, and now they will drop the utilities and the upgraded pistols for their teammates. FOKUS need a good round here to keep the advantage, as Echo would need the pistols to make sure that the disadvantage won't become too deep.
See how this is played. Interesting to talk about the fact that Echo does not dispose of any defuse key. Oh, so many snacks there. But the snack that I want to see is after this best of three, where we're going to have Gamer Legion. Nice potential here from Bowie to secure a kill. He still manages to survive, even though he didn't get the kill. Volt is heavily injured. ZTR and Banjo will be drained and lost in the process. 2 versus 4. At least they have the bomb. The best possible scenario that they can hope for is for a bomb plant, and that's it. See if they can stretch it off in the next round.
Don't know what Matthias and Volt believe they can find here. I mean, they're going towards the A side where Nikki B already has too good of a position, and as soon as they step
Oh,
out, it's gonna be complicated. Oh, he's not gonna check it
oh
till
my
the
God,
end,
the
but he
timing!
sneaks in. What is that? Nikki needs to go down. But Matthias just did not check it till the end, and this was one of the most confusing things I've seen today. But in the end, the Echo are going to take it. So, yeah.
What a timing, man, honestly. But in the end, it was a race against time, so... Yeah, Sudi, I'm struggling a little bit because, you know, it's really hot in my room and my sweat just entered in my eyes. Can you tell me what's the score?
Hmm. I'm not falling for these tricks.
Yeah?
6 or 7 rounds doesn't
6-7!
matter. All right, let's pretend that we
6-7
did
spam
not
in the
hear
chat
that.
or you get banned. In game.
All right, it happens. It
Yeah.
happens. We had this chance yesterday as well, and
Yeah, we
we
have to
didn't
do it
do
at
it.
least once. At least once.
Yeah.
Per stream. I mean, we've been live for how long? For... Wait, we've been longer than 1 hour and a half. The stream dropped at some point. Let's say 3 hours.
We've been live since 3 p.m. here in
Yeah,
Romania,
so
so
4 hours.
yeah.
4 hours. Well, it looks like this force bite's not benefiting FOKUS at all, as we are in a similar situation, even worse if I may add, as Volt and Banjo are being the only one, and nobody from Echo died. Well, at least they got to pick on leaks, but they cannot benefit from his weapon. They are not going to be rewarded, and the bomb is nowhere near them.
Yeah, a bit of a tragic way to have a force by moving. I mean, okay, we can understand that Focus wanted to keep the advantage at any cost, and they decided to force, but
Yeah, that is
they're-
going to cost them, and the fact that okay, surely they can still make a comeback or they can still recover from this massive hit in terms of score points. But being on T side and especially not being your map pick, this is huh?
all right.
What? Wait, what?
And Iceberg is already screaming. You already knew
He
it. He
says,
doesn't
yeah, bro,
even
I
care.
didn't let you plant. I am not gonna let you plant, bro. I don't know what I'm watching.
I feel like at some point the stream becomes just a dream. I feel like this is not really happening. What was that? Iceberg was looking for the knife. That was he was trying to do. All right. At this point, who are we to judge that?
Flabbergasted, oh yeah.
Great net setup though. Let's come back to reality for a bit. Whoa, okay, Orko. 2 kills again. Echo seems to be struggling when it comes to keeping their weapons safe, and this time's gonna be no exception. Salazar with another, but at least they're looking for the bomb plant again. Nikki won't deny this one. Volt with the weapon, and this round suddenly became dangerous. The AWP of Salazar is not gonna matter that much in this round, as the rifle needs to do the impact, because even though the players don't have armor, there's not gonna be much of an effect from the O, but in the end he takes a kill, as well as the M4 does. So it's 8-7, but again, you've lost 3 weapons and let a bomb plant happen, so have to be careful with those resources because they're not infinite, and at some point you're gonna lose a round probably, and what are you going to do at that point?
Honestly, so many things are happening in such a short time. I'm surprised that neither of the teams are using a tactical timeout to process what's going on.
Yeah, it's a good concern. But I think that Focus were just too excited to have the full buyback, so all they wanted was to see those AKs in action. So now they have 5 of those. They have a few utilities, and I think it's more than enough to execute a side on nuke, but you won't get the chance at a fake. And oh, that's a line! Okay, Salazar.
Oh.
He's gonna catch 2 at the price of 1, and I don't know what's going to be the ending of this full buy of Focus, but it's not looking good now because Salazar caught a good moment, and we should just take a little look at his KD because we haven't been talking about that lately. That KD is looking nasty right now. He not only does have double digits while 3 of his teammates do not have that, but he's hitting 20 bombs. So Salazar is really feeling this game, but let's see what Yorko's feeling here in the A side. 1 kill for him as this sets up a 3v3. Yorko's gonna see another player. Is he the man for the job? No, he isn't. There's gonna be a trade as ZTR falls as well. Frustration hits him as Mateos will be the one to fight in a 1v3. Takes the first kill. Leaks stuck on the side. He has the defuse kit. Oh, Mateos drops down. Salazar is not a miss, but not a kill either. He needs to run away. He knows Mateos following. The op is ready to scope again. A third on the line. Mateos, he doesn't know where to find Salazar. He's not going to do it. Salazar with a third. He's up to 21 already. And Echo are absolutely going off. You don't even know who Iceberg is talking to. He's either talking to his teammates, to the opponents, to the admin. He could be talking to the coach as well. You don't know, but he loves
you
to
have.
scream.
Maybe he's talking to himself out loud.
That could be a
Yeah.
possibility.
Yeah. Now, once again, Eco being dominant. Salazar getting his hands on up. 21 kills. This man has been a menace since the beginning of this game. Focus desperately trying to find an answer for it. Matheus is closely coming up to take that title from him. Salazar, first one connects. Not a big of an issue. His man is being locked in ever since he got that clutch. Looks like the B push has been stopped. Iceberg with a good setup, successfully managed to get one, and the second one almost closes in. Jericho will be the one victorious, but the leaks has a good setup here. Jericho's barely surviving it. There it is, he dies, and without too much of a difficulty, Echo will successfully manage to unlock a double-digit score. Wait, I swear, I've seen it on Dracula. Is Iceberg playing sideways?
He almost does. It's a weird
No,
angle.
I'm 100% certain that he plays sideways. Like I've seen a Digital Crusade, right, on Instagram.
Oh.
There was a player who was playing sideways, and I'm more than convinced that it's him now.
Well, I would say it works, and he also gets a good angle to scream at his opponent if you think about it. I think
True,
the
and
sound
if he
travels
plays
better.
sideways, he can also see what's in his teammate monitor, so he can coordinate even better. And you cannot blame him because it's on teammate. Like you'll look at your own teammate's monitor. So.
Yeah, if he tries a bit harder, he could even switch places with his teammates in game.
Yeah, or if he swings even a little bit more, he can look like to his coach, and the coach cannot, and be like, "Yeah, do this. No, don't do that." Yeah.
Plenty possibilities. But as much as we want to joke, well, I think FOKUS are not joking right now. They're not happy about what's going on. On the other side, we can certainly tell why Echo have chosen Nuke, because everything started to make sense. They are looking really, really good, and they need just 3 more rounds to stop FOKUS from believing here. But after that, Ancient, well, I know that FOKUS have started pretty well on Ancient, and I remember that it was the map where they won most of those games that surprised the whole world when they decided to qualify for many tournaments at the same time. So I think Ancient is gonna put up a battle in favor of FOKUS. Now let's see what round number 18 unveils, because the bomb has been planted again. Mathieu still has the scout. He's hit double digits, 20 kills, sorry, as well, because the double digits were there already. And now he has a possibility of at least taking a few more heads. Nicky B is gonna announce his position to the world as Volt will go back, and the retake started with both the players from Ram pushing. Not a single chance in the world for Mateos there, and Volt will just follow his teammate. And as much as Iceberg wanted to be the favorite here, I couldn't like him. I could never like him because he wears a Manchester United shirt.
Okay.
And that's not the best team that wears red. I think my guys with football understand.
Okay. Okay.
Totally disappointed.
Kicking in from FOKUS. What is the coach telling them? Yo guys, read your team name. And be like, ah, shoot, we forgot. And here we have that's for Matteo.
He's been looking good.
Up. Yeah.
But I don't know how his assists are looking, because he seems like one to always kill and not always find the assists.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I want to take... Sorry, Zach. I want to take just one more moment to clarify something. I saw someone want to say Arsenal best Reds in England. Let's not cross the line, please. Okay, let's not go that far, please. All right. Thank you. Going back into Counter-Strike, Zach, please.
Yeah, that's a clippable moment.
Oh.
No, 40 seconds already passed, no action into server. Perhaps this is going to be summed up into the last seconds. Nicky B taking an aggressive position will catch ZTR, but he will be sharing the same fate as his victim. 4 against 4. And, FOKUS will still try to tip their toes, either on B bomb side or towards A. And the time is not their best friend. We're about to hit the 40 seconds mark. Nicely executed here. Volt tries to make the trade, unsuccessfully managed to do so. But that Maul is going to force him to go away, but even though he threw the Molly perfectly, cannot confirm the kill. Well, that's not going to be a problem. The nade ended up. I spoke a little bit too soon. Oh no, Salazar. Missed opportunity there. There it is, Leaks waiting for the second one. Gets caught in the process. Bowie. It's one for himself, 1v1, which is not going to happen due to time constraints. And now it's a match point for Echo. And Iceberg is looking like he's watching a World Cup by the position of his monitor.
And all I want to say is that before the round was over, I think Iceberg realized that there is no more time for the bomb plant and he started screaming because I heard that.
Yeah. I figured out that they won because of the scream. Like, the scream was the indicator in this scenario.
Good vibes.
Yeah, maybe he was screaming like, good game, guys.
Certainly. He's a family-friendly guy for sure. What do we got here? It's a 4v3 in favor of FOKUS, who are desperately trying to keep themselves alive, and Matheos is the one that's dragging the team right after him. I am watching him hero nuke the same way I've watched Jota in the previous game, and I see basically the same thing. And FOKUS will be happy to survive for at least one more round. And they need 4 in order to get to the overtime. It sounds a bit far-fetched. It might be a bit far-fetched. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it's gonna take a bit for them to manage to get to the overtime. They have to take everything step by step. It's hard to predict into the future at this point because they would have to do what they weren't able to for almost the entire game and win 4 rounds in a row.
Let's see if they can confirm this one without too much of an effort. I mean, FOKUS, they still have some tries to stop that from happening and force that sweet bit overtime. And at the moment, things are looking good. Bomb being planted and having one player advantage could benefit them.
Quick save, nothing to be discussed anymore. Echo are going to give another round away, and if they fail to win the next one, not only that FOKUS will get to the double digits they wanted, but they would also get an eco round from Echo, and that means they could be getting just one round away from the overtime. 2 kills there, Leaks. They're really important kills.
Went for a fishing session. Turns out he fed the whole family. I mean, I like how Echo played, you know, like, why give up weapons, why give up resources? Look at the economy. Economy is not looking too great. So this is going to be also a moment of orientation for Echo. Yeah, just Salazar and Bowie with them for once, and other than that, just a savvy buy. They can afford doing it, but it's really risky. And honestly, it's the best thing that they could do here.
Nope.
Oh, well, careful of your surroundings.
Yeah, halfway to go out, but oh, just tell me that's not gonna be the way that FOKUS end this game up. That's not gonna be the way they lose Nuke. What is Banjo going to do here? He has the bomb. I'm starting to feel the anxiety because he was so close of walking out there. Yorko's still waiting. They have no idea about the player that's waiting in the A site. They will both walk out of oh, Squeaky. Iceberg's gonna find one. Yorko, everything is in his hands. He needs to take a 1v2. And he's gonna take his time. That's the first thing you have to start with. You're gonna take your time. You go to the side, leaks up in heaven. He's not checking, but he's gonna turn around. And that is map. It is, after all, Echo to close it out.
What
we
is
were
Iceberg saying, man? This he said, let's eat some pizza.
I was also taking a look at the stats. I was looking at.
Oh, we hear the music.
Yeah.
Do we? Okay, so it's not in my ears.
No, we do. As looking at Ancient, both teams have played it for a similar amount of times. Echo with 14 maps, Focus with 15. But the difference is that while Echo won just 43% out of those, Focus have won 80%. So I don't know how this little stat here shifts the conversation and who's gonna be the favorite. But I am really curious and I want to see Echo on the city side here because they had a pretty good T side previously on Nuke. So the first half was good. So let's see what they're gonna do here as Focus will be ready for their first push. Perfect smokes a molly to make sure that nobody's in the side. They're going to get straight into the side while Banjo is delivering a fake into the A side and blocking the rotations. Leaks just now is ready to leave, but the bomb is already closer to the B side and the plant will be probably granted while Iceberg is getting ready for his first fight, but he'll be eliminated by Focus.
The bomb being planted. Already we are in this scenario where Focus is coming up closer and closer from winning this first round from Echo's hands. Even though Salazar is still trying to show us how good of a gunslinger is, it's not going to be good enough as Focus will successfully manage to take the first round, excuse me, without too much of an effort. And oh no, it says their technical timeout. Oh no.
How big of a problem can it be?
Yes. Server down, chair, a mic not working, or a player went to bathroom. Yes, A, B, C, and D. If you answer correctly, you'll be a millionaire.
Looks like all the players are on their chairs, so probably no one went to the bathroom, as well as I don't think the server has crashed because it looks like they're on the server. I mean, Nicky B is not touching his mouse, so he's not trying to reconnect. So what do we have left? The mic and the chair.
The chair, yeah.
Well, it's kind of a 50-50. I would trust my intuition, my gut feeling, and I'd go for the mic problems. And now is that moment where we wait for the production to whisper what happened.
Yep, no information on that.
Who doesn't like mysteries after all? Okay, we are back, and Focus will be on the full buy as it was expected, while Echo will have just a few pistols here, so they're not even going for a force. They did not think about it. First smoke goes down. Focus not about to wait, but instead go in. They know they're fighting against pistols, and they will be punished. 2 kills for the USPs already. Iceberg, no way out of there. But how did the USPs find that so fast? Salazar, no chance there. The nade is perfect. The kill is done by ZTR, and yeah, it's just licks left.
I mean, even though this round was already, for example, favorable by Focus, there were so many kills that happened there, and it wasn't necessarily permittable, so to say. Being too focused, over tunneled, right, by getting that pick. I don't know who was there. I think it was Bowie. I might be wrong. Now we have a full buy. A defuse kit has been introduced on the server. It's just a couple of A4, A1Ss, no AWP yet. Echo, this is their chance to stop the momentum created by FOKUS. And for a moment, I thought it was a fast pace here from ZTR, but that's not going to be the case.
At the same time, I think FOKUS are well aware by the fact that Echo have the full buy, so they're not gonna risk it anymore. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was the exact same thing we've seen on Nuke. First 2 rounds as fast as the lightning, and after that things calmed down a little bit.
It looks like there's going to be some action happening on A side. Iceberg is going to welcome him with a bullet in his head. The second one will surely try to follow, but that's not going to be the scenario. Salazar once again making clips, showing us how does a pro doing it. 3-2 and a double kill. For those who joined a little bit later on the second map, he made an ace clutch on Nuke. Volt, 2 HP, young Romanian player. He will desperately try to at least get one more kill. The bomb is being dropped. That's not going to be an easy task. A nade perhaps could finish Nikki B. Oh, but will the nade going to... nice attempt there, but in the end, that's what he's going to get. Just a glimpse of an attempt as Echo will successfully manage to get their first point into the series.
Yeah, absolutely. It was about time.
There was for Salazar the betting odds. Now, as you may observe, this was a economical hit for FOKUS from having a fully equipped AKs and full utilities. Now just a couple of techs. Going to leave a mark. Salazar already being a menace, but is being put to sleep quite early. But the bow is still being unnoticeable. Shot a little bit too early, and would you look at that FOKUS once again taking up the lead. Nikki B is the only one left alive, and he will just go and say FOKUS. Having a start really strong here onto first half.
Yeah, and even without their usual full buy, this looked really good.
And if we look on the poll that was put in the chat, right? FOKUS, it's the favorite on this map. So far, these guys are not disappointing their fans. Let's see if they can secure their map picks so we can pack our stuff and see for the first time Inferno here at the Super DraculaN.
I can agree. I mean, they are fan favorites, they are stats favorites, and the only thing they need is to win Ancient in order to bring us to Inferno. And because we were talking so much about Nuke, a map that we've seen over and over again, well, we can also be happy that if FOKUS manage to win here, we'll be going to Inferno. And we haven't seen Inferno so far. It's gonna be the first time we're gonna see it between two teams that actually have the potential of playing the right team play that they need whenever they step foot on Inferno, and I'm honestly looking forward to that. But FOKUS will need to prove that they deserve it. So I don't want them to win just because I want to see a third map here and I want to see Inferno. I want to see if FOKUS are actually the ones that deserve to win here on Ancient.
Nikki B should be the star player here for from Echo this round, having an AK-47, got its pick on Jericho, and it's going to be hard to get the weapon to his teammate. Never mind, Salazar is the privileged one. 3 against 4, ZTR gets caught off guard. Now Iceberg will be the only one left alive, and he's on the other side of the map. The bomb is being chilling in T-spawn with an opportunity of shifting towards A, and no defuse kit, no utilities, no nothing, no weapons being dropped near Iceberg. It's going to be a mission impossible sort of scenario. Got the Mac 10,
Okay.
successfully managed to get at least one before he goes back. FOKUS continuing being dominating on their map. If things continue can go like this, then Inferno is not going to be taken out of this equation. You can see the reaction of Matthias. He's so happy, and these guys are building momentum. They're building confidence. And that's what you like to see, especially that they are on the edge of being eliminated if they lose this map as well.
Yeah, well, I was trying to search on HLTV who would FOKUS play against in the lower bracket in case they don't manage to get past Echo, and I see that it should be a game against Infinite tomorrow.
Mm. Okay.
Sounds
Useful
good.
information.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, Infinite should still be one of the teams that have great chances at performing well here, at getting in the lower final. Um, but I don't know what can they really do against either of these teams, because today we've seen quality that Infinite, I don't know if they're able to match it as of now, because they're still kind of a new lineup. They're still kind of a team with players that have a lot of experience but haven't been involved in this tier 2 or 3 scene in the past months. So before we talk about that, let's talk about a push of FOKUS, because look at that bullet. Perfect kill from Volt, who's now looking for a second, and he will be granted that kill as well as Leaks will be taken out. And now Nikki B and Iceberg are the last two responsible for the fate of this round. Echo caught in a bad moment, caught in a bad position. Iceberg's waiting, and we're all waiting on him to bring the impact and then scream at his opponents, but that molly will block him away from that. Instead, Nikki B will put his weapon to work, and there's the trade from FOKUS. Just Nikki B. The molly goes down. Volt is an easy target. He is going to find him a 1v1 against Mateos, and it seems like he knows something. He's not checking it properly. Mateos picks out. The smoke goes down, and he's trying to do the defuse. Nikki B 27 HP, and he is not going to do it in time. 5-1, and Mateos brings out a little smirk, and he feels, oh, alright, okay. I thought he feels chill now that he won the clutch, but no, instead he is going to answer the same way as Iceberg has done before, and he is going to scream to his opponents.
I would like to also make a small addition. I know it's a little bit not related with the game, but I've seen there are other links speculating about that this tournament is fixed, and I want to say that this is the official broadcast, so whoever says or giving you Telegram links or whatsoever, we cannot control if the other channels are recasting our commentary, but we're going to say it audibly that this is officially, and it's a land that is taking place in Bucharest, Romania, so don't be fooled, and be smart with what you do. Be responsible. This was the first and last disclaimer that you got. Now let's go back to our games. We have multiple people being stacked in cave. Already an opening frag here by Iceberg, and the Leaks will have an AK-47. This is the chance. If Salazar will get his hands on a weapon, he can make some damage. There it is. First one connects. Let's see if he goes for the second one. Suddenly things start to look so good for Echo. 3 against 3 scenario. Let's see what it's going to be. Looks like the bomb is still sitting somewhere in heaven, carefully rotating towards the cave. Bowie has a good setup here with a potential to make a play, but he's really low HP. First one connects, tries to go for the second one, but gets taken out immediately. He dies, and Salazar fails to convert it into one last kill. FOKUS really looking really great at the moment. 6-1. This hasn't been the outcome that we have been expecting, right? On Nuke, it was a different story. These guys were a few rounds behind Echo, but FOKUS on T side, they are looking really dominant.
Yep, 6 rounds. That's something that not many teams achieve that fast, because they did it in just 7 rounds given. But at the same time, this is what you would expect from a team that lost the first map and then came here as as it is their home. So I want to see more of that. Salazar is going to bring the AWP again. Yorko has his favorite weapon as well. Nikki B will have 3 players of focus crossed right under his nose, but he can't do anything because of the smoke. Okay, Salazar's gonna take 1. There's Banjo with a second. Four versus 4, not that big of an impact so far. But I'm sure that FOKUS are gonna find a way to crack the code, and the perfect way would be to go to the B side, because now that Boy has fallen, you have just one more player to take care of, and Leaks seems to be ready to show himself to the world. He could find a fight with ZTR, and even if he does that, you could be sure that the players in ramp are gonna push in instantly. He does find ZTR, but look at the players in the side, they're already behind him. Leaks is going to be feeling free now that Iceberg eliminated ZTR, and he's gonna find a kill for himself as well. I did not expect that. Good shot from Banjo, but now he's gonna be the last one standing as Yorko was eliminated. A 1v2, he sees the first opponent, he knows the second is coming in, the Opper will be stepping into the side, and Banjo will be eliminated. So this time, the retake was successful, and honestly, this was the moment I expected the less. I thought that this time it is going to be focused till the end, just because their execution of the B-side looked perfect. It was just a single player left in the cave, then the player in mid was eliminated, 2 players coming into the side, and I thought that ZTR will be able to take out the player in cave, but no, Iceberg came there as a hero, and this time he granted himself the right to scream at his opponents.
All right, and there it is. The first tactical timeout seems to be kicking in, and I mean, it makes sense after a long round streak. It finally came to an end. Echo, they've been way dominant now since they got their hands on weapons. However, we are a couple of rounds away to closing the first half. So let's see how this one is going to unfold itself. It's going to be a small handicap for FOKUS, considering they'll have to play with a couple of decks. From both teams so far, we have a double-digit individual. Salazar, once again, showcasing high-level skill, 10 and 7. But we also have Maffeos, which is not to be underestimated, nor his teammates. Now let's see what is going to be the contact here. 2 players sitting on A and 1 in Donut. Leaks will preemptively shoot and will take Vault. Okay, I did not see that one coming. Iceberg will be the one who's been spotted on the kill feed. 4 against 4, trying to enter on A side, waiting for the full rotation. Now we have also a player coming from CT and the kill feed. Another one bites the dust. It's going to be a little bit more difficult now, considering there are no utilities left. If Banjo can successfully eliminate Salazar here in Temple, could bring some advantage, but that is not going to be the scenario. Salazar still staying up strong. CTR with a beautiful double kill here on Tech9, catching off a guard with the rotation, changing up the situation from a 4 versus 2 now to a 2 versus 1. Nikki B being the only one left alive. He needs to pull this clutch if he wants his team to continue adding scores, adding points to the scoreboard. But oh, it's going to be ZTR is going to catch him once again. Beautifully played here by FOKUS. And Mafia says, oh my god, I can't believe I've done this. And indeed, he was played by the book.
Let's see the replay first. that was just great from ZTR. Now that we look at it again, just perfect play. And we know that by the music, ZTR might have a problem as well. I mean, he probably celebrated too hard because, again, he's got a big play. We gotta give it to him. ZTR was the perfect man in the perfect position, and right next to Mateos, they found the perfect duo to make it out of that clutch. And while he's fixing the problems he has with the headset, I would like to say that it's a really good surprise to have FOKUS finally back. It's good to have them winning the first half. I mean, did not really expect it to do it that fast, judging by the fact that they started on the T side. But at the same time, they're pushing their limits as much as possible. They're doing everything as good as possible, and I guess that they really do deserve it. If they manage to win 3 more rounds here, just give them the game already. A tactical timeout this time from Echo, so we're gonna keep talking about these things before the players are ready to start it again. We're gonna have Nikki B on our screen with 14.5 over or under. It looks like he's not really favored for the over so far. Nikki B, not really the quietest player, but not the active guy we knew in the previous season of DraculaN. He's up 7-7 so far, but his team is not performing either, so it's really hard to find a diamond in between 4 other players that are not really at their best level right now. We've seen a different Echo ever since Nuke ended, and I don't know when they're going to recover, honestly. I don't know if the T side is going to benefit them more than the City side, but I guess only time will tell. Now is actually a good moment to enjoy round number 10 to see what 3 M4s and 2 SMGs can find against the full buy of FOKUS.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to agree with this one. I believe that Echo did not show us what they're fully capable of. Let's remember on how it was on Nuke. I'm firmly convinced that on the second half, if they're going to end it somehow to 8-4 or even 7-5, they have more than enough chances to make this gap way more smaller. But until then, we still have a couple of rounds that need to be played, and it's going to be already in a 4 versus 5, considering that Aceberg has been quickly taken out. At the moment, not much of an action going on at the moment. So we will have to wait and see. It looks like a tendency of going towards B side. Nikki B successfully catching Matheus, wandering around. So there it is, no more scouting. Now we're going to have some action going on. And the boy is going to get bombarded by that nade. Leaks barely surviving. And suddenly that retake, it's not going to take place, considering there's no defuse kit available.
Safe to say this is straight up a save. I mean, there's not really much you can do. Echo just feel right now like nothing they would try would actually end up working, and we've seen plenty teams hitting this rock bottom, if you want, in different other games on different maps. It's the exact same thing that has happened over and over again for other teams, and I think the best example, even though I don't like to go back to the older matches because it has nothing to do with this one, the best example would be Eternal Fire. They got to the 3rd map and they hit rock bottom. They felt like nothing is working for them, and even though they ended up winning I don't know, 7 rounds or something like that, it was still pretty clear even since the game started that they're not gonna do too much. So now another technical. Well, that's
Now it's time to guess what's the technical issue this time. My suggestion, I think it's maybe they have an issue with the mic or a sense or something like that. But these guys are fully focused, right? I mean, they're living up by their name, and if things continue going like this, we might see the 3rd map, which is going to be Inferno, coming up quite soonly after the corner, and that's not going to be a problem because we love to see things being really tight. And remember, guys, after this one, we're still going to have another best of 3, especially on this stream as well. It's going to be between Gamer Legion and Team 9. Gamer Legion, who has been one of the favorite teams from the tournament, and everyone was saying that they want to see it in the grand finals. They are on the urge of being eliminated if they are going to lose the next game.
Truly, they have just 2 more rounds here at Echo to survive, to come back, to try to make something out of this half. I mean, even if you win the pistol round after this, you're not going to have it that easy, based on the fact that you've just changed the sides over to the T side. But if you somehow manage to copy what FOKUS have done, hard to believe, but
yeah, we'll have to wait to live and see. Until then, we still have a round to be played. 2 more rounds before we change colors, we change teams. And I really like this stack being on cave. Looks like Echo, they're preparing themselves, and based on the utilities that are being thrown, it looks like it might be just a distraction, as FOKUS is exploring mid a little bit before they're taking a decision. Not that many utilities. Banjo will be the only one who's going to have it. Salazar successfully managed to get an opening frag, but a trade occurs. 20 seconds left down the line. Salazar once again showing masterclass with that AK-47. Salazar with 4 kills. It's going to be a one-man army and defend the bomb site by himself. Salazar! Wow, what an incredible round.
truly, and who else if not Iceberg to take the last kill and to tease his opponents a little bit. This time he seems to not be as active vocally as he was in the previous games, because the situation is not really the best. But again, we should not get past this performance by Salazar, because he's not walking towards the MVP, he is running towards that. And I would feel so sad not to see Salazar in the playoffs. Again, he's gonna get the ticket throughout the lower bracket, but I mean, I would like to see him in the semifinals. I would like to see him play with the biggest names that traveled for DraculaN. And Echo have a big mission, a big recovery mission led by the same Salazar, who's gonna open round number 12. We're talking about the last round of this first half. And Salazar, the one that did the kill in mid, is already down in the B side trying to help in cave, while FOKUS are making this red room their own playground, and they're taking control over one of the most important parts of the map. But I'm sure that Nicky B will be there for an answer. The problem is there's nobody close enough to double him, and if he goes down here, which has just happened, Iceberg will have no coverage in the A side. He's left all by himself, but FOKUS have no idea. And if they manage to push in and take him out before the rotations would come close, I think that's a dangerous position for Echo, and that will happen. Banjo to take out Iceberg in the side. Salazar, he's trying to pick with the AWP, but the problem is nobody will show up, and eventually the smoke will go down to cover his vision. And now up to the 3v3, 3 defuse kits as well for Echo, so time is not a problem, but FOKUS's positions, it's a problem. And Banjo is now gonna take a third.
2 versus 2. Bomb is ticking more rapidly than never. Defuse kit is still available. Oh, he needs to come up with a play of his career right here. First one CP to be connected, but he's running with a flashbang in his hand. Survives though, but he needs to be really fast about it. Goes for the defuse. He doesn't have time to fake it. Can he take it though? He fakes it, but he doesn't have time. And just like that, 9-3. Good attempt, but in the end, time said its word. And you can see these guys smiling. They're like, yeah, we've done it, man. Jorka is saying, of course I did it, bro.
Told you, the Balkan spirit.
Sport for them. Yeah, these guys are having their spirits up to the sky right now, skyrocketing through the roof. And FOKUS looking really good. 9-3 first half.
So, what are the general impressions? That's the question. If you ask me, I would say that it is exactly what FOKUS needed to do. No remarks about them. They had a really good first half. They had a really good score. We should also take in consideration this was just the T side, and after that they're gonna have to win just 4 more rounds in order to close out this map and force an Inferno, the decider. As for the Echo, I can't really explain where this failure came from. I mean, they're not on their own map. We know that their winning percentage was low here, and FOKUS started as happy favorites, but at the same time, I expected them to at least be a bit more motivated.
It all will come down to the pistol rounds, depending if Echo is going to have a response regarding the focus oppression. If they are going to come up with some strats on team, maybe borrowing some of the things that have seen at focus or not. But even though if they did not, they will not be able to manage to pull up this type of a similar performance, we're still going to have another map, which is going to be Inferno, and that is going to serve or not, based on the outcome, our final conclusion for this best of 3.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know how much can the pistol round single-handedly save Echo. I mean, sure, it's something they could build on top of, but at the same time, they should be doing more. They should be having a different tactic, a different way of judging this game, because I think that's the problem. Their perspective was the problem here, and even if you manage to win a round or two, that's not gonna change the fact that FOKUS have been the better team. We see how the rounds have gone. A streak of 4 in FOKUS's side, as their top fragger currently is Banjo, ex-player for Fnatic Rising, and a good analogy would be that he has been teammates with Rigali, the player that we've just seen before on the other side for Echo. We know that Salazar is the most informed player. We don't even need to talk too much about it, because you already know that Salazar could be the hero of the game, could be the MVP, even if his team loses today. And I have to say, before the second half starts, would be truly heartbreaking to lose both Jota and Salazar in the same day, to see them losing in the same day, because they've been the stream's favorites. They've been the best players we've seen today, the most informed players we've seen today, and that's why I'm saying that it would be a bit heartbreaking for them to be eliminated that fast. But let's not talk about that. Let's just see how
Now
the
let's
second half
change
works.
the vibe and stuff. In the end, there's still a long way to be there, and already we can see from the kill cam, ZTR did not want to have that outcome. What a beautiful double kill that had occurred. Now we are down to the last 2 players from FOKUS, and bomb is being planted. Okay, so far it's a good opening from Echo. Let's see if Jorko can find the kill, but that's not going to be the case. It's going to be put down to sleep quite early. Matheus, dual Berettas, and just the dream. He needs to be fast about it. No defuse kit available. But he's being cornered from all the possible angles. And just like that, the first round belongs to Echo without too much of an effort, already having the proper start.
Yeah, it is the proper start. I would give them the benefit of the doubt now that they managed to win the pistols, but I still want to see more. And the first real test that we're gonna pass, in my eyes, would be whenever FOKUS bring the full weapon. So no, not this force buy, but the first real full buy. I mean, they have a shotgun. Yorko's gonna play a shotgun. I'm wondering where that will go.
Interesting decision that they are going on a force buy. We see Jorko with a Nova. Put that Nova for good use, baby. Let's see what you can do with it. Okay, looks like we are taking a little bit of space towards mid. Maybe you're going to be a rotation towards red and going in cave. Cave is such a dangerous place now, considering the weapons and the positions that FOKUS has.
But Echo seem ready just to avoid it because they want to think about the A side. They want to go there and try their luck in a different position, and I think they will have all of the chances of succeeding. Yorko's gonna rotate with that shotgun. I want to see the Nova do something, but
No,
Yorko's not gonna hit anything
this
with
is
that.
all these shots. It's so unfortunate. Well, at least they give it a try. Now, Banjo has an AK-47, could put it on a good use, but their HP it's not going to help him. So exchanges it with ZTR, has a defuse kit, so they can play it a little bit more slowly, but not to be too shabby about it, as there are still considerable seconds left, and there are multiple players that needs to be eliminated. Salazar will find a pick for himself. ZTR will be joining him into spectators, and now Volt all down by himself. The young Romanian player, it's in a mission, but no defuse kit, no nothing, just a MAC-10 and a hope. We'll have to save it and carry it with him into next round. Also, I would like to mention, I think I might be wrong, but I'm positively confident when I'm saying this. I feel there is also a pressure, especially on Volt, for example, considering it's a Romanian player and he's playing on home soil, right? We previously had Eternal Fire against AM Gaming, where we had Regali and 7kick. 7kick managed to remove Regali from Super DraculaN, and now Volt will desperately try to be in here as well. And it's interesting that all the Romanian players, we also had Blitz and Mikna from Infinite, they are in the lower bracket. Now, I'm not sure how did Infinite perform, and if they're still in this tournament. Yes, they are. K27 did not appear, I believe, and they are going to play tomorrow. So it's up to him if it's going, not to only to the team, if he's going to move forward, or we're going to have one Romanian player less in the tournament.
That's true. We've been talking too much about the pressure that we've missed the entire thing that FOKUS have done here. They just won a half by, and it was Volt to be the main character if you want. He's done 2 kills already. I'm speaking from a perspective where I'm a bit shook by this because you know we had our little talk here and we forgot to see what was going on. It's 10-5 double digits for FOKUS, and that's why I told you that nothing becomes pink with just 2 rounds won, because now Echo could be happy about the pistol round they just won, but I'm sure they're not happy about losing a round like that, and their economy will feel it. Now they have another full buy, but if they fail to convert this one, it's going to be really complicated to avoid FOKUS getting to the map point, and from then on, I guess there's nothing you can do. You're gonna win a round 2, 3, but we've seen every single comeback every team tried through today and yesterday, and they've all failed. So I would believe that based on how FOKUS are playing on this map, they will be able to close it. But let's see ZTR. He's putting himself in a lot of pressure, and I don't think that was necessary. Salazar will also come in with an elimination. Volt and ZTR go down, and I think Echo are ready to approach on the scoreboard once again.
Yeah, I got carried away about the momentum, and I've missed the fact that FOKUS unlocked a double-digit score. Now, this is where the real game begins. It's the pressure of trying to close up this game. Otherwise, Echo will be behind them, and it's going to be a bigger threat as they could steal this map pick from them, and they will advance forward. Even though Echo has a numerical advantage, they decide to play it by the time, waiting for the 30 seconds mark before they take the bomb. Bomb site, there it is. The smokes have fallen into places. Banjo's sights got taken out, and Maffeo's as well. Maffeo's has such a good position here, but because of the smoke, he's not aware of what is happening, and Banjo as well. And it's so unlucky for FOKUS. The timing is so unfortunate because these guys were in a perfect place to make some frags, but the smokes which fell into the right place, basically made this impossible for them. Yeah, look, it's Iceberg who is sitting on the like a 45-degree angles, and we also have a FC Barcelona shirt. Okay, see these
Manchester
guys.
City one as well.
Manchester City one as well. Yeah, we have passionate football players as well in our beloved semi-pro Counter-Strike players.
Yeah, a weird position, honestly. I don't know. It just feels like he's treating the player behind him with his back. I don't even know how does he communicate with. I think Boy is right there behind him. I don't really know. But at the same time, as long as it works for him, as long as he feels comfortable, I've seen many players to play with their mouse reversed or with their keyboard in a really weird angle. So I think it's not really the weirdest things.
Okay, once again, fully equipped. Let's see if any changes occur. Didn't even have time to finish my sentence. It's already multiple peaks have happened. Salazar, once again, camera is on him. He is in the spotlight. Jerko has to save the op.
And suddenly, Echo are feeling powerful again. Their economy is going to get a huge boost after this round as they have 4 players ready to save their weapons. So, yeah, you start to believe in them again. Is this the sign that Echo are going to come back?
I mean, it's really hard to get some extra tracks here. Oh, okay. Never mind. I swear, Salazar is a menace. If you look at this, on this map, this man also has 23 kills, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not sure if it's because of the shirts that these guys are playing incredible. But surely the fact that the World Cup is here, it's going to give them some sparks of energy. Yeah, look, 23 kills, 10 deaths. Salazar, a monster. Besides him and Nicky B, no one in his team have double-digit kills. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, not
Right,
with
but
the pistols. I
I'm
don't know.
curious. There are two scenarios. Either the rest of Echo, right, the rest of the members from Echo are going to wake up and they're going to put an effort at least as much as Salazar is trying to do, so they can steal the map, or will Salazar go over 30 kills in order to make it 10-8, 10-9? So it's one of these two. And speaking of which, there is a huge stack here on A. CTR is being left alone, being mollied, burned alive. Well, not really, because luckily he has a smoke, which can be used as an extinguisher. Now rotation needs to take place. They are unaware of CTR's positioning. Oh, never mind. The nade revealed the position. And yeah, the lack of making that rotation echo without too much of an effort, they got the round, shortening the gap from 10-7, now being 10-8.
I think it wouldn't have been that big of a trouble for Echo to win it, even if Focus were on the side, because they have just the pistols. But again, I am looking forward to see the full buy. I am looking forward to see them on the same level of equipment as Echo, and yeah, this next round is gonna be one of the most important. Looks like there's some headset problems.
So we got an information that FOKUS are really good because they having man, I don't know, but the production team made an oopsie and now I'm trying to cover it up. So it's not FOKUS, it's Echo who received the warning, but I've tried to, you know, speak my words so I make a beautiful sentence, but I cannot because I'm not an English native speaker. So Echo received the warning. I don't know for what. I don't know why. Okay, so apparently it's something that Nikki P has done. Took off his headset during a round. Don't know why he did that. It's just a warning for now. But yeah.
Let's not waste time thinking about that because we have a really important round ahead and you're gonna have Matthias and Banjo already eliminated by a Neko that is now motivated to equalize. The bomb will be planted, Iceberg down to 12 HP, and I think Focus desperately need a kill here, but nobody's taking the risk. Nobody's looking to go mid and fight with everybody. Yorko's gonna find the low Iceberg to make it a 3v4. He's trying to balance it a little bit, and I'm sure that even though Focus are far away, they've been thinking about the retake a little bit, but in the end they will save the weapons because that will probably grant yet another full buy, and that's exactly what they need right now to just try and defend that little advantage they have right now, because at some point they were on top of the world, they had everything, and right now they have just one more round in between them and Echo. So you start feeling the pressure if you're focused, if you're thinking about that semi-final, if you're looking up and you see that Echo are already up by one map, you start to feel the pressure. And what makes it even worse is that you're always going to hear Iceberg screaming from the other side of the wall, because I'm sure that Iceberg is now ready to scream yet again. So this round is going to be crucial. If Focus lose the advantage here, it's going to be a mental barrier that will probably block them for the rest of the game, and they will probably not be able to take it back, even if they have enough money, even if they're in good positions. One moment of inspiration from Echo could just destabilize everything that Focus have built on this map. So it is round number 20.
Damn, so I have to say, man, you're doing an incredible job, man. I swear, like, you've been talking way longer than my thoughts have been trying to compile a sentence for the last couple of, what, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever. Yeah, man, and that's all I can say is that it's really interesting the fact that Echo are not going down the line. You remember how it was on the first half, the 9-3, and saying that, okay, Focus got it, and the piston round of Echo managed to get it, and ever since we were questioning if you're going to see a third map or not. Now, things are looking way differently. I'm not sure what exactly is happening with Focus at the moment, but things are getting worse and worse. There are a lot of scenarios where these guys are losing people in the process, and would you look at that, right? You have ZTR, Banjo, and Volt. One diffuse hit, no utilities, and look, they're just dying. They cannot make the trades, they cannot make the conversion, and we are 10 to 10, just like that. Economy is a problem. I mean, look at the leagues. Look at Salazar, 16,000, almost to $16,000, and Salazar is about to hit a 30-kill bomb here at DraculaN.
Yeah, a comeback and an equalizer that I would have never expected, but here we are. We have to look at it. Echo are 3 rounds away from ending the game, and Focus haven't been able to win more than 1 round in this half, and it was supposed to be the easy half. It was supposed to be the half where they get even more than they got in the previous one, theoretically, because they would have needed just 4 more rounds, but it should have been the half where they put the nail on the coffin of Echo and they just send it into the next map. But instead, it is not going to be that. It is going to be a timeout that helps both teams now, and a timeout put at a moment of full pressure, at a moment where I'm sure that that Focus are scared.
All right, one more try, one more shot. Jerko, you have that up. You need to put it on a good use. Have some diffuse kits, have some utilities. Play need to make the trades to count. You know, let's see what's going to be their scenario, and you can already hear them being feel that they are a little bit more here. They are a little bit more scared, skeptical, and Echo is getting that confidence. That's one thing that I've been constantly be saying, right? If you guys remember from the previous seasons when FaZe, Aurora, Liquid played, all of these great teams, they did not make it to grand finals because when you have the upper hand, your brain tends to relax, and then a comeback can happen, and that's it. So DraculaN is basically the best way to test your team and to test yourself. Speaking of testing, it looks like Echo, they're trying to push towards red to test if there are anyone there. Luckily for them, no one is guarding that, and Leaks gets a pick before he gets taken out by ZTR. Unfortunately, this could have been prevented if ZTR was a little bit more faster. Jorko has a good position here from Tempo! Successfully managed to hit it, but gets taken out. Now it's a 3 versus 3, ladies and gentlemen. 50 seconds left down the line. Looks like A site has already been compromised with the bomb yet about to be planted. And now they can go for this retake if they are quickly about it. Okay, Salazar is not going to pull the trigger to not reveal his position. Wise decision there. Smoke is still present in a donut. Now it's a race against time. These guys need to be really fast about it. Try to go for a ninja defuse is going to be punished by Nicky B. Nicky B with a double. Tries to go for a furtive, but that's not going to happen. Mateos, Big the only one left alive. 1 versus 2, and Mateos is going to die. And Echo! Now they successfully managed to get it. The Iceberg says, yeah, I'm going to eat an iceberg salad after this. Wow, what a turn of situation from 9 to 3. We are now 11 to 10. Echo with on the verge of delivering an upset tonight.
Yeah, I am stunned by this. Honestly, I did not think that Echo would be capable of this. I mean, probably I just downplayed their performance on the previous map a little bit, but they switched to the D side. Every single thing, every single stat in the world was showing the odds in favor of Focus, and in the end, somehow we got here. 2 more rounds for Echo, who not only took the advantage, but they're playing with Focus's economy as much as they want. Jorko has the AWP, but wouldn't be able to buy an armor this time, and his teammates will be stuck on 4 SMGs. So this is one of the most forced buys in the whole game, and probably one of the most important, probably one that carries the most pressure, and at the end of that it's probably a match point, because Echo have the bigger chances. Echo are looking a lot better here.
I mean, in the end, in theory, right, on the paper Echo is looking better, but we're speaking about people, we're speaking about moments, we're speaking about timings. Anything can happen, anything can change, and in the end, it's going to be truly an upset for the Romanian Counter-Strike scene if another Romanian will be eliminated. We already had Romania already had Regali being eliminated, and it was unfortunate. But being bowled out of the tournament, especially on home soil, is going to be bad as well. And Iceberg showcasing us why I would not to have a traffic jam or a traffic conversation with him at the red light. I'm so afraid of him, and if he's like that while he's winning, I don't want to see how he looks like when he's losing.
He seemed a bit chill though. I think he's screaming of
Maybe he's just a
excitement.
chill guy. I mean, on his pic, right, taken for the photos, not of the pics taken and put it on his player model, he's smiling. So maybe he has like 2 wolves inside him. Look, Iceberg is smiling. He says, "Sup, I'm your friendly neighborhood," and then he screams, says, "Yeah, fuck off," you know, like all that type of stuff.
Yeah, it could be something inspired from reality. I don't know if that
Yeah,
has happened
yeah,
or
maybe.
not, but
But
I
one
think
thing is
he's
for certain. Focus needs to live by their name. They need to read their name out loud. Focus, focus, focus. Because this is a match point for Echo.
Yeah, but as much as you want to focus here, it's not only about that. When the bullets are not going in, they're just not going in. This time, it's going to be Banjo to open round number 23. We're getting closer and closer to what could be the first overtime of today. I always like to believe that the game is not really going to end the way that everybody expects it to end, but I can say with certainty that it would be a big surprise at this point if Echo don't manage to close it out in 2 maps. And I told you they're capable. When I saw the first half of this map, I thought, yeah, they're not capable anymore. I'm sorry. Sometimes we all make mistakes. But now I'm coming back to my old words, and I see Iceberg eliminated here. Mateos is pushing, is trying as much as possible for his team, but Volt is gonna take one as well. And here is ZTR with the last 2 that Focus needed. One more, and we're going to the overtime, but also one more, and Focus will be sent down to the lower bracket to fight with their life on the table for the last spot in the playoffs.
I'll be honest with you, Julian, and with you, chat, everyone who's watching right now. This is the closest set that we have seen here, at least on Super DraculaN Stream B. There was no game like this ever before. And I know probably you are not really familiar with these teams, but I'm telling you, after this game, and especially after this map, it is worth taking a good look on HLTV and look at the players, because each one of them played phenomenally. And look at Salazar, almost 30 kills in a LAN tournament, but everyone from FOKUS is doing a good job as well. Let's not forget that, and let's not discard their effort, shall we? Oh my god, boy, with that spam there, I almost caught Matheus off guard. Whoever will get the first pick will most likely take the round. This is my random prediction. I might be wrong though, but we'll have to see. Because the things here are so tense right now. You cannot feel it, but I had to turn on my AC so I can be able to commentate.
Yeah, it is something factual. We've seen plenty teams struggle after they lost the first fight. Sometimes on the recoveries they're not really good, and especially the T-side team has been good on recovering, because the pushes are easier to be complete even if you don't have the whole team ready. But let's see what Echo would offer here, because they have 35 seconds left, and I'm sure they're not gonna let many of this time pass. Good one for Salazar, happy to be alive now, just 2 HP. Not even the nade will do the damage. Iceberg took a kill as well. It's a 5v3, everything is falling apart. ZTR is trying to keep his team alive. He's gonna change the gun, he has the AWP. Matteo, 7 HP, what can you do with it? The bomb is now getting planted. One for Matthias. That's the answer we were looking for. He's trying his best for the team, but Yorko will have to find someone. It could have been a line. Yorko with another. It's a 1v1 ZTR against Boy, and that is gonna be Boy's clutch. Wow. It's 13-11, and